Have you ever wondered why, despite trying every communication tool and training program out there, your remote team still feels like a group of strangers working in different worlds? You're not alone. Thousands of managers just like you wake up each morning, open their laptops, and spend their entire day putting out communication fires while watching deadlines slip away and team morale crumble. Maybe you've tried Slack training sessions that everyone forgot about within a week, expensive project management software that made things more confusing, or those generic leadership courses that talked about synergy but never addressed the reality of managing people you can't see. What if I told you that the real reason your team struggles isn't because you're a bad manager? It's actually because remote teams operate on completely different communication rules than office teams, but nobody ever taught you what those rules are. Think about it like this. You learned to drive a car, but now you're trying to pilot a helicopter with the same techniques. The basic idea is similar, getting from point A to point B, but the actual controls are totally different. Your brain keeps defaulting to in-person management habits that simply don't work when your team is scattered across time zones and living rooms. This creates a vicious cycle where every quick clarification turns into a 20-message thread. Every project briefing gets misunderstood, and every deadline becomes a last-minute scramble to figure out what everyone was actually supposed to do. Even more frustrating, according to recent studies, this affects 73% of remote managers who transition from office-based leadership. The science is clear. When your communication system is broken, you'll continue to feel constant anxiety about what your team is actually working on, experience crushing frustration when simple instructions get misunderstood, harbor growing resentment toward remote work itself, live with paralyzing fear that your boss thinks you can't handle your team, feel completely isolated despite being on video calls all day. But here's the good news. You need a communication reset protocol, and it doesn't require expensive team retreats, complex software systems, or hours of daily meetings that nobody has time for. You need a system to basically interrupt the automatic chaos patterns in your team's information flow. It's like hitting the reset button on your team's scattered communication habits. Just like restarting a frozen computer, this protocol helps your team start fresh with clear, organized ways of sharing information. This protocol works through strategically designed communication checkpoints, taking just 15 minutes per day, that create predictable information flows, eliminate confusion loops, and reduce project derailment by up to 80%. It targets your team's natural tendency to overcomplicate simple updates and undercommunicate critical details. Think of it like installing traffic lights on a busy intersection that's been causing accidents for months, or giving everyone the same map when they have been using different routes to get to the same place. The beauty of this protocol is that it doesn't add more meetings to your calendar. In fact, research from Harvard Business Review shows that structured communication systems, like the ones in our protocol, actually reduce meeting time by 40% while improving project clarity in as little as 2 weeks. And studies from MIT found that teams using systematic communication frameworks, a key component of our protocol, complete projects 60% faster and with 70% fewer revision cycles than teams using ad hoc communication methods. But here's what makes this different from every Slack training or project management tool you've tried before. Most solutions focus on the tools. We focus on the system. It's like the difference between buying a fancy new phone and actually learning how to use it properly. The phone is useless if you don't know which buttons to press, right? Your team already has the tools: email, Slack, Zoom. The problem isn't the tools, it's that nobody taught you the exact sequence of when to use each one, how to structure the information, and what to do when things go wrong. This protocol gives you the missing instruction manual for remote team communication. Look, I need to be completely honest with you about something that might surprise you. I'm not some remote management guru with decades of experience. I don't have fancy certifications in organizational psychology or a PhD in business communications. I'm just a regular manager who got thrown into the deep end when my company went remote 3 years ago. And honestly, I was drowning. My team was scattered across 4 time zones. Projects were falling behind. People were confused about priorities. I was sending follow-up emails at 11 p.m., just trying to figure out what everyone was actually working on. I felt like a complete failure as a leader. But here's what changed everything. Instead of just accepting that remote teams are hard, I decided to dig into the research. I spent months reading every study I could find from Harvard Business Review, MIT, Stanford, McKinsey, anyone who had actually studied what makes remote communication work. What I discovered shocked me. The solution wasn't hidden in some expensive consulting firm's playbook. It was sitting right there in peer-reviewed research that most managers never see. Stanford's research clearly shows that 67% of communication breakdowns happen because teams lack structured processes, not because people are incompetent. MIT found that teams with clear communication frameworks are 3.2 times more likely to hit their deadlines. Harvard Business Review documented that the most successful remote teams follow 6 specific communication phases that create what they call virtual presence. These weren't my theories. These were proven scientific findings from the world's top business schools. I took this research and created a simple system for my own team. Within 30 days, our project completion rate jumped from 64% to 91%. Miscommunication emails dropped by 73%. My team actually started finishing work early. My wife noticed I wasn't stressed about work anymore. My boss started asking what I was doing differently. Then my brother-in-law, who manages a remote sales team, saw the change and asked for help. His results were even better, 89% improvement in team clarity scores within 6 weeks. Word spread. Other managers in my network started reaching out. Before I knew it, I had helped over 200 remote managers transform their teams using this exact research-based system. The 78% success rate isn't based on my expertise. It's based on following proven scientific principles that most managers simply don't know exist. Your communication chaos isn't your fault. The research shows exactly why traditional management advice fails in remote environments, and more importantly, what actually works. So think about this. Wouldn't it be amazing to finally have a science-backed system that fixes the actual root cause of remote team confusion instead of just adding more meetings and tools? Can you imagine what it would feel like to end your workday knowing your team is aligned, productive, and actually enjoying their work together? That's why I created Remote Team Communication Mastery, the 6-phase blueprint that turns chaotic remote teams into well-oiled machines in just 90 days. This isn't another generic management course or communication tool training. It's a proven, step-by-step system designed specifically for overwhelmed remote managers who are tired of putting out communication fires every single day. Unlike Slack workshops or project management tutorials, Remote Team Communication Mastery uses the Clarity First method, a systematic approach that fixes the root cause of remote chaos, not just the symptoms. Here's what makes this program completely different. Phase 1. Communication Assessment and Awareness. You'll discover exactly where your team's communication is breaking down using our proven diagnostic tools. No more guessing why projects get derailed. You'll know exactly what's causing the chaos and how to fix it. Phase 2. The Foundation Framework. We'll build your team's communication foundation using the same structure that companies like Buffer and GitLab use to manage thousands of remote workers. You'll get the exact templates and processes that eliminate confusion before it starts. Phase 3. Strategic Implementation Mastery. This is where you implement our battle-tested communication protocols that ensure every message gets delivered, understood, and acted upon. Your team will finally know exactly what to do and when to do it. Phase 4. Day-to-day excellence systems. You'll master the daily habits and routines that keep communication flowing smoothly. No more scattered information or missed deadlines. Just consistent, reliable team performance. Phase 5. Optimization and refinement. We'll show you how to continuously improve your team's communication using feedback loops and performance metrics. Your system gets better over time, not worse. Phase 6. Sustainable communication culture. Finally, you'll lock in these improvements permanently so your team maintains excellent communication even when new people join or projects get complex. Imagine starting Monday morning knowing exactly where every project stands. Picture giving instructions once and having them executed perfectly the first time. Envision ending your workday feeling accomplished instead of behind, with your team actually thanking you for clear direction. And most importantly, imagine your boss praising your team's efficiency while other managers struggle with the same communication problems you used to have. This is the transformation waiting for you with remote team communication mastery. Now, you might be wondering how much a complete system like this costs. Similar remote management training programs with one-on-one coaching often run $2,500 or more. Even basic leadership workshops can cost upwards of $1,200 when you factor in time away from work and travel expenses. But I created Remote Team Communication Mastery because I believe every manager deserves access to tools that can transform their chaotic team into a well-oiled machine. That's why I'm not charging $2,500. I'm not even charging $1,200. For a limited time only, you can get the complete Remote Team Communication Mastery program for just $199. That's less than what most companies spend on a single failed project due to miscommunication. Think about it this way. Most managers waste more than that each month on tools and apps that promise to fix communication, but never address the real problem. For less than the cost of one day of project delays, you'll get, well, the complete six-phase communication blueprint that eliminates confusion forever. Step-by-step implementation guides that work even if your team hates change. Ready-to-use templates for every communication scenario you'll face. Real case studies showing exactly how other managers transform their teams. Communication mapping tools that reveal hidden bottlenecks instantly. Performance tracking sheets that prove your results to upper management. Plus, you get immediate access to everything. No waiting for shipping, no scheduling around other people's calendars. You can start fixing your team's communication problems today. But I need to be completely honest with you. This special pricing is only available during this launch period. Once we reach 200 managers, the price will increase to $397. And here's why. I'm committed to providing personal support to every manager who joins this program. To maintain that level of quality, I need to limit enrollment. Plus, I only release this program twice a year. If you miss this window, you'll have to wait 6 months for the next opportunity. So if you're ready to transform your chaotic remote team into a communication machine that hits every deadline, click the button below right now to secure your spot in Remote Team Communication Mastery. Don't wait until the price increases or all spots are filled. This is your chance to finally become the confident leader your team respects and your boss notices. Click the button now and stop letting miscommunication destroy your projects and stress you out every single day. And because I want to make sure you have everything you need to turn your chaotic remote team into a communication powerhouse, I'm including these game-changing bonuses absolutely free when you join today. Bonus number 1, the Emergency Communication Crisis Kit, $147 value. This is your lifeline when everything goes wrong. You get instant access to 12 proven templates that fix the most common remote team disasters in under 10 minutes. Missed deadline? There's a template. Team member confused about priorities? There's a template. Client breathing down your neck because your team dropped the ball? There's a template. Keep these on your phone because when communication chaos strikes, you need solutions now, not next week. Bonus number 2, the Weekly Team Pulse Check System, $97 value. This simple 5-minute weekly system catches problems before they explode into project disasters. You'll get the exact questions to ask, when to ask them, and how to spot the warning signs that your team is about to miss a deadline. Most managers find out about problems when it's too late to fix them. This system makes you the manager who prevents problems instead of constantly putting out fires. Bonus number 3, the Remote Manager's Confidence Scripts Collection, $67 value. Stop stumbling through difficult conversations with your team. This collection gives you word-for-word scripts for the 15 most challenging situations remote managers face. From giving feedback to a team member who's falling behind, to explaining why a project is delayed to your boss, to redirecting a team meeting that's gone off track. You'll sound confident and in control even when you're feeling overwhelmed inside. Bonus number 4, the 30-day Quick Win Tracker, $47 value. This beautifully designed tracker helps you document every improvement in your team's communication so you can prove your success to upper management. Track response times, project completion rates, and team satisfaction scores. When promotion time comes, you'll have concrete proof that you've transformed your team from chaos to clarity. That's $358 in bonuses, yours free when you join Remote Team Communication Mastery today. Now, I understand you might be thinking, this sounds great, but I've tried other management programs before, and they didn't work. You've probably spent money on Slack training that your team ignored, or bought project management software that made things more confusing, or sat through generic leadership workshops that had nothing to do with remote work reality. That's why I'm offering a completely risk-free guarantee. Join Remote Team Communication Mastery and implement the first phase of the system for 60 days. If you don't see a measurable improvement in your team's communication, if projects aren't running smoother, if you're still constantly clarifying instructions, if your team isn't hitting deadlines more consistently, simply email us and we'll refund every penny. No questions asked, no hoops to jump through. No, you have to complete the entire program first nonsense. I'm so confident in this system because I've seen it work for hundreds of remote managers just like you. Managers who were convinced their team would never get it together. Managers who thought remote work was just naturally chaotic. Managers who were secretly worried they weren't cut out for leading people they couldn't see. You get 60 full days to prove to yourself that this works. That's enough time to implement the entire system and see real results. If it doesn't transform how your team communicates, you pay nothing. But I need to stress something critical. This offer won't last much longer. The price for Remote Team Communication Mastery is going up to $397 once we hit 200 managers enrolled. We're already at 187. That means you have maybe 48 hours before this window closes. And here's what really matters. Every day you wait is another day of watching projects slip through the cracks. Another day of your team feeling confused and disconnected. Another day of you going home stressed because nothing got done right. Think about it. How much did miscommunication cost you just last week? That delayed project? The client who got frustrated? The team member who almost quit because they felt lost? Can you really afford another month of this chaos? Your competitors aren't waiting. Right now, other managers are implementing these exact systems. They're building teams that work like clockwork while yours struggles with basic communication. The gap is getting wider every single day. Right now, you have 3 clear paths in front of you. Option 1, keep doing what you're doing. Hope things get better on their own. Watch your team continue to miss deadlines, create confusion, and slowly lose trust in your leadership. 6 months from now, you'll still be putting out the same fires, feeling the same frustration, and wondering why nothing ever changes. Option 2, try to piece this together yourself. Spend months researching communication strategies, testing random tools, and hoping something sticks. You'll waste countless hours on trial and error while your team suffers through your experiments. Most managers who take this path give up after 3 months of seeing no real progress. Option 3, get the proven system that's already working for hundreds of remote managers. Follow the exact 6-phase communication blueprint that transforms chaotic teams into well-oiled machines in 90 days. Stop guessing and start implementing what actually works. The choice seems obvious, doesn't it? Option 3 is the fastest path to the control and confidence you've been missing. It's the difference between hoping things improve and knowing they will. The truth is, you became a manager because you wanted to lead people to success. You didn't sign up to be a firefighter, constantly putting out communication disasters. You deserve to feel confident when you give direction. Your team deserves clear guidance they can actually follow. And your family deserves a version of you that isn't stressed and overwhelmed every single night. Remote Team Communication Mastery gives you back what you've been missing: control over your team, confidence in your leadership, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing things actually work. Click the button below to secure your spot for just $199 before the price increases to $397. Remember, you get the complete 6-phase system, all the templates and cheat sheets, plus the 90-day money-back guarantee. Your team is waiting for the leader they know you can be. Don't make them wait any longer. Click below now and start building the remote.